And the next kind of learners that we're talking about is the reader-writer. Okay, now this is a learner who can write and is extremely good with words, written expression, anything to do with writing. Give them a picture and say, summarize, write down. They love to write. Now, I'm telling you this out of experiences because I am that kind of learner. I have books and notes that I just keep writing. And the only way for me to learn is to reread the notes that I have written. If you give me any reading material, I can benefit from that. You give me a handout, you give me a word bank, for kids also. I can look at it and I will remember. But if you keep talking to me, I will probably zone out. Okay, but if you see, I wanted to get something to show you on the show, but I'll just give you a brief. I have a diary. So every day, whatever that I need to do, whatever I need to talk, whatever I need to say, I scribble it. I scribble in the book. I go back to it and then I know that this is what I need to do. It's not a to-do list. It's something that I love doing. It gives me a sense of peace and it makes me realize that I can achieve something just by looking at the things that I want to do by writing it down. Mm-hmm. Okay? So some call it to-do list, some look at it as written expression. It is a type of learning by itself. Even when you're asking me to study, okay, if there's a presentation, I'm really good with it because I want to put down a presentation, detailed, organized. First I write it down and then I put it up. So it becomes very easy for me to present what I want to present because I have written something down. Even right now, while preparing for this, of course, this is a conversation that we're having, but I have to scribble down something. Then I go back to it, I look at it, and then I remember. It's not a revision for me. It's me learning through my own notes. I'll look at a reference material, I'll write down and learn from it. And I'll keep highlighting, keep underlining and things like that. And we do have learners like that in class who prefer to just look at dictionaries, encyclopedias, notebooks, textbooks. If you see their notebook presentation, too good. Colors and highlighting and neat handwriting. That is their way of presenting their learning through writing. But some people will just look at them and say, this one's only writing all the time, what a nerd. It's not like that. These are learners who learn. I'm not saying that they're 100% good at what they do. They're A+ students. We're not those learners. But it's just our style. All these learners learn at their own pace. They don't need to be A+ students, but it's their style of learning. And if you give them the right push, you move them in the right direction, and you encourage them to learn the way they want, I think that's what works best for these learners. And honestly, from experience as a teacher, it's not just catering to their learning styles. It's giving them the freedom to do what they want to do. In our schools, because we had a class of like 60 and 70 kids, it was very difficult for the teachers. But now with the change in time, with the change in education system and things like that, our classroom is getting smaller by size. And it's easier to cater to these kids. Give the freedom, give the space. Don't keep saying that you need to keep quiet, discipline. Sometimes by moving around is when they learn better, right? So allow the freedom, let them learn the way they want to learn, but you as a parent, as a teacher, facilitate that learning. Give them what they need to succeed.